also. And ato ang i-acknowledge diri ang paghiabot sa ato ang lain natong panelist na unya na kamos punctual. Ang ato ang board member sa 2nd District Zamboanga del Norte panelist nato kauban si Honorable Ronelio Boyli. Good morning sir and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog. I-greet man jud ka. Mo-greet.
Salamat dit atong pasalamat sa DILG na bagong napuli na chief diri sa probinsya, sa atong chief sa Department of Agriculture. Ang kauban ako sa Agriculture Department of Agrarian Reform. I'm sorry, Atty. Adjo. Kauban na mo ni sa PARCOM, Provincial Agrarian Reform Coordinating Committee, PARCOM. Medyo magdali tao aning mga interview kay pag 11 o'clock muundang kita kay Manny Pacquiao Rios naman, no?
Dako ka posta.
Ayaw po kung padayon dit mo plug in gumahangyo gamay nimo kay maabot naman ang alumni homecoming sa Andres Bonifacio College this November 30. So giyawag na ko ang mga nigadwar bag-o ug mga langgols ug karaan high school ug college na magtapok ta sa November 30 sa atong alumni, ato alma mater, sa atong alumni homecoming na kanang sa 30, ay noon kasugod naman ang activities karong simana karong simana itong kasugod na hangtod na ang culmination sa November 30 ganay sa buntag dunay fun run open sa tanan nga mo join doon na po premyo gamay ang 3 kilometer fun run na ni Edith gikan diya sa atong rotunda diya sa boundary sa Istakag Turno dayon laho sa Boulevard tuyok sa Velasco Street balik pag-abot dito na sa compound sa Andres Bonifacio College mo atong finishing area so buntag sa yuna dayon mo na dayong registration hangtod doon na tayo paniudto sa udto siyempre paniudto gina sa udto yun dayon dayon doon na election of officers hangtod sa gabi na pa yung mga activity battle advance etc to make our homecoming as lively as possible kini pinagi sa atong alumni president si Atty. Konsehal Peter Co ug naamoy mga queries o kining mga kwanta chairman manguta sa committee na resolution so muna mo sa query god mga queries ay mga pangutana adto lang ni Atty. Peter Co or ni Konsehal Pablito Almirol atong Konsehal sa Galas nga usapon sa official sa maong kapunungan baliko na ko alumni homecoming this November 30 sa Andres Bonifacio College.
Thank you so much, Board Member Boyli. Nagkayuring-yuring siya. And we would like to acknowledge Ay Katawa, the most punctual person in this room today and every Sunday thereafter. Ang ato ang manager sa Philippine Information Agency, utangan atong snacks, hamburger, o guban pa, kay nakapasar ang iyang anak o chemical engineer. Iyang kinakusgan nga anak. Gasapaw-sapaw. Oo. So, chemical engineer na iyang anak, no? So, Pons, good morning and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Okay, naging dito og may muntag sa atong mga kaigsunan ug sa atong bisita karong buntaga. Si Ma'am Sardoan sa DILG ug si Sir sa Department of Agrarian Reform. Mangayong dispensa nga na late as usual para na ako pangtual pa mangyapon yung rosa para sa kuha. Og unang-una di naman gina ako madalag limod ni kay mamaw na ko utong nga dili unta mo mahibaw pero sa nag akong ERD di wa man gyud kapugong mo may nag text blast hinoon akong i-congratulate ang tanang bagong nahimong chemical engineers sa ang iyang board exam ipen na November 19, 20 and 21 pagka 22 diha day resulta. Luckily usang akong anak sa nahimong lampuson nga mikuha sa maong pasulit og ako ipatulak ko pasalamat sa bang makagagahom og sa mga tawo nga nakahimo niyang unsa siya karon sama-sama magtutudlo sa pilot magtutudlo sa Philippine Science din siya nag high school og sa NSU IIT din siya maggraduar isip cum laude O iya yung gibarugan, ang iyang pag-cum laude kay at least licensed chemical engineer na gyud ang akong anak karong buntaga. Og alang sa tanan nga bisuporta og mihatag og alalay sa akong anak. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan og makasupa welcome sa kapihan sa PIA.
Kapihan sa PIA?
Kapihan sa Dipolog. Dili ang loyalty gyud may lari na asang loyal no. Dili kay natakdan kong server. Natakdan ko kay
Ikaw ha, daghan na kay kagutang nako. Congratulations. Og dako na jud ko nung kumbiran pa ni Edgar. So, yes.
Start the ball
Yeah.
rolling.
Ako pag i-introduce sila and then
Binako. Paday.
Okay. Gadali siya ni Pacquiao. Pacquiao niya tanan. Okay, so we would like to acknowledge ang bisita karon dire no atong provincial director sa Department of Interior and Local Government, and we are so very much happy to have her with us this morning kay kini siya lumad ning taga Zamboanga del Norte o karon ang pagbabalik no ato ning friendship sa Ice Age, dili Ice Age nga dugay sana. So without much ado, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Provincial Director Ma'am Maria Calpiza Haukulan Sardua. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Good morning, Edith. Thank you for inviting me over. Good morning also sa mga gentlemen who are with us this morning. I would like also to give my special greetings to all our friends, our relatives, o diha sa Pinyan, ang mga Haukulan o mga Sardua in Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay, and also in Santa Filomena, and our clientele in the entire Zamboanga del Norte, especially Governor Bertu Uy and Mayor Evelyn Uy. So I have returned. Kundo na'y pagbabalik sa Panday in Zamboanga, Sibugay, and that is PD Godio. Hi, Arnel. Ang pagbalik din sa Zamboanga del Norte is the mommy returns. Okay, so good morning, Zamboanga del Norte.
Hot mama, ha? Dili mami. Okay, so wala ka ni-greet sa atong friendship, oh? Ni post siya, si Regional Director June Bugante sa Department of Tourism.
Classmate sa Saldiwa and has become a very good friend in Zamboanga Peninsula. RD June Bugante, hi, you will be missed during the Noceso in Tagaytay. Dapat sumama ka.
Okay, thank you so much. And also we have with us our Provincial Agrarian Reform Officer from the Department of Agrarian Reform, none other than Paro Muhammad Hassan Adju. Good morning, sir, and welcome back to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Thank you very much, Det. First of all, we'd like to correct the position now of TIDAR. Instead of Paro, Provincial Agrarian Reform Officer, we changed to Provincial Agrarian Program Officers.
Provincial Agrarian Program.
We call it PARPO instead of Paro under the rationalization law.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for the information. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning to all radio listeners. Ang Department of Agrarian Reform is a key player for Kapihan sa Dipolog. It's a regular client of the Kapihan in updating some agrarian reform laws, especially on the status of our deliverable of our coverage in LTI and support services as well as agrarian justice. And good morning to all the member of the panels. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And let's start the ball rolling. The first question will come from Board Member Boyle. Go ahead, sir.
Ladies first.
After men.
Actually, di man pangutana.
Okay.
Ako lang pangutana ng circumstances ni Madam Sardua. Kay ingon siya di mami returns taga disagon ni siya. Nganong na connected siya sa DILG. Kuan lang just 5 minutes nga at least may balutangan na day taga ato nga nibalik na sa atong lugar.
I'm glad you emphasized that it will be 5 minutes because if I would be giving you more circumstances, so I think we will end at 4 a.m. today. tomorrow
Isang
pala.
case man na magkawid og mic. Masuko og kwaon.
Dapat ato ni appeal diri sa panilis natos kapihan.
Okay. So, actually, I was born, raised and schooled in Zamboanga del Norte.
Yes.
My parents are, my parents being residents of Calican, Piñan, Zamboanga del Norte. Hence, my name is Calpisa. Calican, Piñan, Zamboanga.
Zamboanga del Norte. So,
Yun,
Calpisa.
okay.
Pinawgi pangalan sa pizza ba? Pizza pa.
Oo. Yes, and
Unique siya, no?
so
Pizza, okay.
because of faith, I was relocated to Iloilo City, Region 6. And after a while, I was transferred or assigned to Zamboanga Sibugay. The transfer wasn't very welcome because, I've been away from the region for 26, 27 years. But after a while, I've learned to adjust the laid-back life in Sibugay. And then the prospect of being assigned also to Zamboanga del Norte was, or came to me late this year. Again, the change wasn't very welcome because I already love Zamboanga Sibugay. I would like to greet gali the Ilonggo Governor of Zamboanga Sibugay, si Governor Palma. Maayong aga dira, sir. Okay, so, but the thought of serving my home province excites me. Hence, I accepted the offer.
Okay, thank you so much. Follow-up question?
Hindi, sa gentleman na po.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
Mabalik ako ni Madam Sardua. Si Parpo Adjo, we've been together for 3 years na, almost 3 years, no?
We will be 3 years our
Dayon-
interaction with the agrarian.
Doon na gitawag og sword bitaw, Damocles sword nga naghang sa Department of Agrarian Reform. Kabahay na ning doon ito gidungog nga merger of other agencies to, I don't know, unsay rason. So, what happened now? Atong gihiring-hiring sa unang doon ay merging of departments.
Murag sa AFMA?
I don't know, muna nga akong pangtanon si Parpo Adjo bahay na ning utanga.
Agriculture, Fisheries.
Actually, we have now AO 34, yun, Administrative Order number 34 by the President of the Philippines, institutionalizing for the merging of the four department. We have the Department of Agrarian Reform, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Environmental and Natural Resources, as well as the local yung land regulatory authority. And they have already studied by the different expert for the merging of this institution, and it will already submitted to the Office of President, and possible they will be coming up a year to certify by the President sometime, and it will be forwarded to the Congress for a new law governing with the merging of the four institutions. That's the updated for the institutional arrangement, and this will not be effect on sometime on 2015, because the President verbally pronounced that the CARFOR law supposedly to be terminated this June 30, 2014. They might be extended to 2016 with the co-terminus of the President's term. That is why we have come up with on the institutional arrangement. And in fact, this agency, the policy agency, is now on the rationalization period, and the Department of Agrarian Reform in the provincial office, we just concluded our rationalization process.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, sir, go ahead. Question coming from former Congressman Attorney Matoy Barrenaga.
Sa ato pa day Provincial Director Adjo, kining pag the moment you are going to put this into one department, the DAR, the NER, DA, and the Land Authority. So we are going back before, no? Kay sauna, all of these were under the Department of Agriculture. So meaning there will be a lot of savings because you are going to rationalize. Does it mean that we have lesser activities as far as these departments are concerned because you are now consolidating? No? I think this was divided because there was a need that the DAR should concentrate on their matters, the NR on the matters, DA as well as in the Land Authority. So it means that are we going well or are we now going into an economic strategy in order to have less expense as far as personnel is concerned?
Well, I would try to look at the political portfolio of this department. Practically, it will be reduced the profitability because of the merging. The implication here is the personnel string will be also reduced, and the program will be consolidated into one because the NR are also focusing with the land transfer both of them. Although there are some dichotomy in terms of how they implemented of the land tenure improvement in Ibadan. So, another one also because of too much resources being incurred for poor department. So nakakaroon ng similarity in terms of the function. So the plan, the national plan, look at this thing. So practically, they reduce this kind of function and it will have a good impact in terms of saving. Parang na-reduce in on terms of the economics cost for this administrative concern by the whole agency. So this is the thing. One reason I do not know the reality of this. In my analysis as a provincial agrarian reform program officer, I look at this thing because they are not also implementing for CARP. They are also implementing CARP. Parang nagkakaiba yung the same pangkwan yun ng focus, but iiba yung directed namin. So too much monetary values to spend for with the same purpose. So doon. Second also, yung mga nagko-complicate for almost the same function ng mga employees with the DNR. For nagiging redundant yung function. To na-up yung efficiency, pagkapareho pa rin. So too much na yung gastos ng government. So baka sabihin ng national plan, we have to look at this. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sir.
A follow-up question, Director. The DAR, we'll focus on DAR because you are there, no? Does it mean that your function has already been accomplished? Because DAR, I think, was to put distribution, to break up agendas and everything like that, including the Agenda Luisita, no? Does it mean that the moment you integrate all of this, that your function has already been accomplished?
Actually, in terms sa land process natin, yung land acquisition and distribution, our target from the inception of the Department of the CARP in 1988, our target is 4 million, something 4 million plus. As of this moment, we able to have more than 3 million being already completed by the DAR. It's remaining about 1 million point 1 already be ongoing, and it will be completed sometime this next year. And in fact, in the case of Zamboanga del Norte, we have a remaining about 4,000 hectares more. And we have already completed our scope of our target for the LTI. So maybe by 2014 and beyond that, we will focus on support services in alignment with the Department of Agriculture.
Okay, thank you so much. Mutabok ta diri sa ato ang bisita from the DILG. Yeah, question coming from Board Member Boyle. Go ahead, sir.
Kining DILG, ang ilang hinagiban kining local government code, others known as Republic Act 7160. Usahay, masayop ko, mga 6170 usahay.
7610. Usahay 7610.
Oh, 7610. So, 7160. Ang kuha na, dali na ako mandumduman. I-graduate ko 1971 sa high school, 1960 si Atty. Ligorio. 7160.
Okay. Sa ato pa gilibak agola dire. Naminawan to.
Dali na kita numdumon, liliguryo ra. So, Madam, as provided for ako, I have to admit it kay new fight, politiko man ko. Napagusto nga tunga sa pagbasa ng local government code. Pero sa ay mo basa ko aning provision sa mga
At least
revision
nagbasa.
funds, katong mga memorandum sa DILG o sa mga DBM, etc. o ubang branches of the government, labi na ning disbursements, labi na ning mga balaod nga gikan sa ubos nga LGU. Munang mangutana ko, specifically ang DILG na magiging supervision over local government units. Pero asa ang scope sa iyang pag-supervise sa LGU? Dahil na ay mga provision dito nga medyo nasupak ang LGU. Doon na ba'y sanction or penalties? Na ba'y or what? Punishment ba or in quotation marks na atong ipadapat sa concerned local government units nga ni supak sa nilapas
I-violate.
sa local government code.
Thank you for that very good question, sir. Okay. First of all, I would like to refresh everyone's memory on the mandate of the department. We assist the president in the exercise of his supervisory function over all local government unit. Delegated function, delegated to the secretary of the department, further delegated to us. So when you say supervision, this is the reason why the department is issuing guidelines, memorandum circular for our local government units to follow. Karon, kung dunay mga infractions, I would like to also refresh everyone's memory that the department is not a disciplining agency. So if there are violations committed by officials and local government units, it wouldn't be us who will be disciplining them, but it would be the disciplining agency like the ombudsman, like the higher sanggunian, as the case may be. Ang huna-huna gud sa uban, ang impression gud sa uban, na kung dunay makasala nga mga public officials, mga local officials, moadto dayon mi og magdala dayon og suspension, di ba? Og mo disiplina kasab-an namo ang mga taga LGU. Amo na impression sa kadaghanan. That is why I remember one time when I was still in Sibugay, nga dunay mo ingon nga politiko nga inotel man ang DILG kay dili man siya makadisiplina sa local officials, sa iring local officials. Okay. We guide in line with our supervisory function. We guide local officials and LGUs insofar as local governance is concerned, but we don't discipline them. Kung doon na sila isala, there should be somebody who would have the balls to file a case or a complaint against them, and then it will be filed before the appropriate forum, not the DILG. Yun yung mahinumduman, ang DILG, makita niyo sa TV, no, sa newspaper, batian niyo sa radyo nga mag-serve og kuan, og kanang mga unsaman, mga decision. Mag-serve og mga suspension. It is because the disciplining agency, which is the ombudsman, usually delegates it to us. So kami na lang ang messenger. But we don't discipline. First and foremost, muramig parents sa LGUs and local officials. We supervise and we guide. Kung makasala na gani, amo na siyang pahukman sa concerned disciplining agency. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, follow-up question?
Sige lang, og kuan taas man guni kay katong mga 20% development fund, 5% development fund.
Go ahead, sige na pa. Ma-express na daan niya.
Kini specific mangod ang local government code bahin ani. Kanang 5% calamity fund asa gamiton. Siyempre sa by the name itself calamity. Na uban gud nga di man calamity nang magbuhat og mag-deliver og silya. Chance sa 5 dili na calamity na og mabuhag ng sila mahagbong ka. Calamity na sa kuan naglingkod pero na ubang mga LGUs nga naghimo ana. Oh, ay na uban labi na ning 20% development mo na the most abuse nga fund sa local government unit. Obserbahan na mo kay nasa level sa mong sanggunian sa mag-review bitaw mi sa ordinances. Mo na usay mo refer po mi sa DILG. Uy, sa man kay kamo interpret ani para aning pag-repair, pag-construct o refurbish sa administrative offices dili na ma-charge sa 20% development fund. Ang uban mulusot man. Hindi mo na administrative office among gi-refurbish, gi-construct, legislative office mo na. Sibing ang administrative, alis na legislative. So, we go magpalaban mo sa DLG, kamo interpret ani kay murag biyan na mo ni. So, muna usahay ng mga committee hearing, we request the presence of the DLG kay pag-interpret ani. So, muna nga, madam, papagyapoy sanksyon ani og na mga inana nga violation aning 5% calamity fund o kining 20%.
As what I
Kaya
have
naman
said,
ka
sir.
na dili mo disciplinary.
Yes, as what I have said, sir, if there is no complaint, legitimate complaint, there will be no sanction. Anyway, kung pananglitan doon na nakomiter na ang act, oo, insofar as financial transaction is concerned, it is no longer the jurisdiction of the department. It is already at the COA's side of the net. Kay kuan man na kanang gigamit ang kwarta sa gobyerno. So insofar as looking into the judicious expenditure of public funds, nahuman na ang kuan, nahuman na ang aksyon. So iyan na sa COA. Iyan na sa COA.
Okay, usually good. Pag-review na mo.
Auditan man na sila, sir.
Namangoy panahon nga ma-overlook yun mo.
Mm.
Namangoy panahon. Labi na dahil sa kalungsod nga nilapas na sa 20, nahimong 25%.
Aha.
Among may gani pod kay among kwintada, wa pod kabot 25, 20 ra gyud. Inoon usahay ang mo advise na mo ang accounting or the budget department sa probinsya. Pero usahay na may mga tick-list nga pag-interpret bitaw sa pag-interpret sa ilang gi-implement nga project sa parehong legislative o administrative office kay gibutang naman ko dito administrative offices pero wala masayaw nga sa legislative ang po administrative office na kay nagkuhan man po nag-administration so mo na nga kinsa may mo interpreta ang DILG ba o ang COA ba ina na ba sa 20% development fund pero naman as local government code di modo ang DILG yun di ba. So, can I your interpretation, madam?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, no? Interpretation, is it final in nature or ma-elevated pa na sa...
Yes, pwede pa nato na ma-elevate sa kuan sa appropriate court actually. Kung gusto na gyud nato nga doon na gyud mura ba gyud og klaro. Oo. Insofar as the provisions of 7160 man god, doon naman goy jurisdiction ang kada office pod. Oo. So, kami, basically, ang tibuok nga local government code among jurisdiction, pero specifically, doon na po'y mga ahensya nga ilahapod nga, murag mas authority sila anang kuana. Pagkatong imong mga pangutana, nga, ito bang imong ingon nga, nag-review mo og mga unsa man ang appropriation ordinances?
Tanan, from resolutions to appropriation ordinances.
No, appropriation
Usually,
ordinances.
Medyo doon ay bikil, among yung pasangilan ang 7160.
That is why, in the exercise of the review function of the higher Sanggunian, on all legislative enactments of the lower Sanggunian, you should be very careful. Dapat magbasag yun ang sanggunian, dili siya dapat magpataka-taka. Kay dunay dako nga liability ang reviewing body, anak sir. Ang kaso por kaso nga makalusot. Kung kasuhan sila, manubag pod ang reviewing body in as much as manubag pod ang enacting body or enacting authority.
As a rule, we cannot amend local...
Wala bitaw.
We cannot amend, but we can recommend.
Wala pa. Dili gyud ta sir makapanghilabot din ha sa kuan sa provision sa local government code or else moadto na tag korte ani. Okay. So dali lang sir.
Sa ordinance pa pwede sa
magpadayon sa ko sir ha. Okay. So dapat inyong ayuhon ang inyong pag-review kay tungod nga doon na pud moy liability. And unsaon man nato to ensure that na perform maayo ang inyong review function. You have your technical partners, your department heads, your accountant, your budget officers, tanan din ha sa local bureaucracy are your technical partners. Pwede po ninyo involve ang DILG. Ang amo lang pangayoon, ayaw po mig i-on the spot nga naa na din ha sa kuan committee hearing mapay inyong pagpatawag. Dapat you should write the department formally and then inform us of the issues that would be taken up during the committee hearing so that we could substantially answer the issue.
Actually, sa Sanggunian is more on committee system. Meaning, unang mga resolutions o ordinances nagkuan og mga disbursements, reversion or transfer of funds, i-refer dito na sa Committee on Finance or whatever committees nga appropriate anang resolutions o ordinance. So, pag-abot sa committee hearing, pag-refer na sa committees, padadaan na mo og kopya pod ang concern nga resource persons nga makahatag og panahom anang resolutions or ordinance. For us, we cannot amend ordinances from the local government units. But we can suggest na usban ni inyong resolution or ordinance nga musot sa probiso sa 7160. Mao man ni kasagaran namong ipasangil. Dahil og nanagay conflict o interpretation sa maong probiso, that's the time nga ang committee mo tapotawag og hearing, then we'll request the presence of resource persons para ma-resolve ang certain issue.
Okay, thank you so much, Board Member Boyli. Napoy pangutana po ni mo, ma'am, before we go back to Department of Agrarian Reform. Local governance maguna na ang DILG, okay? So, karong bago lang nahuman ang barangay elections, okay lang tungto ang mga dugay-dugay na nakaserbisyo as barangay officials. Pero kato mga new ones, no, di pa man gito sila kabalo bahin og pamunuan sa barangay. So, unsa may mga lakang ini sa DILG nga dili pud pataka sila sa ilaang mga kakuhan, mag-guided sila ilabi na sa paggasto sa barangay funds. Kay usually gud ang thinking ana nila, sila mo'y namunuan, sila mo'y naglingkod diha. So, bisag unsa na lang, bisag unsa na lang ilaang himuon magbuot kay kunuhay sila man ang namunuan sa barangay. So, will you please enlighten our listeners nga naminaw karon o atong mga viewers bahin ini ang barangay governance?
Okay. Thank you again for that question. It seems to me that the flow of questions that were thrown to the department are really significant. And I really thank the Kapihan for giving me this opportunity. Ang radyo manggod widest, manggod ang iyang reach, no? So, tinuod na. Kay kanigong barangay government, do not forget that the barangay, no matter how small it is still a government. Oo, it's a government in its own. So, kung gobyerno ang city, gobyerno pud ang barangay. So doon na pud siya iyahang i-manage nga own affairs, and that is barangay governance. So dapat dili pud sila magpataka pud diha, maingon nga ako moy punong barangay, ako moy kagawad, pag gusto ko dinhi o unsay akong himuon. Inaana ra ba gyud ng mga murag mentalidad sa ato ang mga barangay officials. Doon na tay sundon, and that is the provisions of the local government code. In so far as capacitating our barangay officials in the context of local governance, we will be training them. We will be training them after they will be installed at the end of November. So amo silang i-train. Ang una namong i-train nila mao kanang ilang mga basic nga powers, duties and functions pursuant to the provisions of Republic Act 7160. and then to provide a smooth transition kay doon na may daghang bag-o pod, no? And so maunay amuhang part, but insofar as specific subject matters such as utilization and expenditure of public funds, we are teaming up with the Association of Accountants and the Association of Budget Officers also.
Okay. Gamay lang, sir, ha? Follow up gamay. Niingon man ko, you mentioned about smooth transition. Okay. Di man nato pugod nga malikayan nga itong mga building, nga mga barangay officials, walay saktong turnover sa mga government nga mga properties. So, unsa mahimuon na ni DILG kay magiaway sa barangay o perti lang sa muka kay wala gid turnover ni tapuluan no si kuan to aga sakay-sakay pa itong service sa barangay gigamit ang computer gidala sa imong balay. So, what will the DILG do with regards to these matters?
Okay, so the department is mandating actually the smooth transition, the organization of the different transition teams, of our barangays who will provide for the smooth turnover of these barangay properties. No, pati na sa ilahang mga kwarta, kung mga locally generated incomes nila, no. So to ensure the smooth transfer of power as well as properties from the from the outgoing to the incoming, our field officers are there. Our field officers are there. They are looking into this matter. Inana jud na samo kaayo na siya. Aduna pay mga katawanan kanang imuha din mga seryoso na pay katawanan nga ang kuan ang atabay tungod nga iyang atabay na sa iyang yuta iyang hulugan og kanang simento para dili na makasag-ob. Dili na makasag-ob ang community, no? Inana sila ka unsa ni mga sore ang atong mga napirde nga mga kuan dili untain ana kun hugot sa atong sa atong dughan ang atong pagpanerbisyo publiko dapat kun napirde ta maayo ang ato ang pagtunol sa poder sa sunod nga mo kubot sa rinda sa atong lokal nga gobyerno.
Para nang samog-samog tong sa Ormoc, kabantay ng TV mo to, televised mo tong wa pagamay ka kalingkod, mag-apil-apil na kadre. Ako'y kapitan nung kuana pa pagbutbutan ng relief goods, di ba na? Samok man na.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Attorney Matoy Barinaga,
Kining
please.
kondit, natural we expect nga doon nagyoy kasamok, doon nagyoy mga problema. Precisely why government offices are being established to solve or to supervise nga mayo ang kahimtang, no? So meaning if all offices are having their own respective responsibility nga to see to it nga kining mga kasamok mawala, no? That is the primary purpose why we have offices. Then kining giingon ni board member Ronilio Lee, tinuod yun ni nga the DILG is supposed to, ma'am, just one short answer lang. DILG supervision only or including control on the local government? Because we know that there is a devolution and the local government is now autonomous. So what do you have, supervision or control?
Okay.
Just short.
After the code took effect in 1992, we no longer have control over the local government units.
Okay, thank you.
Supervision na lang, Jud.
Supervision, okay. Now, in supervision, I think what is very effective is monitor, no?
Yeah, monitoring.
So the problem of board member, nga kini mga calamity fund, 20% development fund, intelligent fund, no? Sometimes the local government, with good intention, sometimes commits mistake.
Yes, sir.
We have to agree on that. And the DILG is supposed to have a very active local government academy. That was supposed to be the training. But what happened, as observation, was made, is that DILG, Manila, is more concerned on police matter. because that is where the Pogi point comes in. But the developmental the aspect, which is training, development, no, has been relegated. Mo na karon nga, if we have some local government officials who may commit some mistakes, it's not really you cannot blame them, no. Mo na nga, there is a confusion. For instance, when they are going to appropriate, no, where will they go first for interpretation? It is the DILG, because they don't have a connection with COA. It's DILG, precisely. It is Department of Interior and Local Government.
Yes, sir.
So meaning that the DILG should have a coordination with the other agencies that will interpret. No? Mao na hitabo sa barangay, pag doon na sila mga appropriation, they will go to the DILG and say, sir, pwede ba ni sir? No? So I think the first line of information should come from the DILG. So precisely I came over because it is about the DILG. No? What happened in Tacloban?
Yeah.
There is a blame game. Blame game.
Nawala ang gobyerno.
Diba? Nawala. What happened? Because of the massive destruction, somebody blames the local government. But what is the resources of the local government? Looting, for instance. You prevent looting not by the local government. What is the resources of the local government? They don't have the police. The police is not with them. The army is not with them. Diba? Distribution of massive relief. That is not within the local government. And yet somebody has to say, that's your lookout. No? Morning, the Yolanda and the Haiyan tornado, kaning typhoon, came up na, kinanglan, we should have a very good systematic coordinated department. Aron ang mga local governments cannot be blamed, no? So peace and order. So muna nga tingali ang akong kan karon nga the monitoring should be made by the DILG before you can file any case. Karon ang mayor sa Tacloban, di ba?
Si
Is being
Romualdez.
threatened by to have a case for his supposedly what ineptness, failure to
Negligence.
address. So the director, more or less in this context, we hope that you can give some idea on our public that in the event palayo ang Pito Kalawod nga it may happen in Dipolog, what will be our reaction through the DILG?
Okay, dito ko magsugod sa monitoring. Actually, that is also among the major functions or major task of the DILG to monitor actually everything, practically everything that happens in the local government unit. I remember the statement of Secretary Robredo, kanang usahay ba nga kanang mga DILG officer magreklamo manggod po nga daghan nakaig trabaho, pero unsa may tubag ni Secretary Robredo, everything that concerns the LGU is the concern of the department, including calamity. Tanan, basically tanan. We monitor performance of schools, we monitor sanitary toilets, we monitor evacuees coming from Sabah, Malaysia, practically everything. So inana among trabaho. Sa pag-monitor, sir, we have field officers stationed in all local government units all over the country. So kani sila mo'y naa sa forefront. Before monitoring, we have what we call technical assistance. We extend technical assistance and advice to our clients. So kanang pananglitan mo gamit og calamity fund, kanang mag-prepare og budget, mag-prepare bisan ordinansa unsa pa ilang himuon. Insofar as local governance is concerned, they can come to our municipal offices. Our field officers are ready to receive them and guide them. I cannot really answer for the local government unit of Tacloban and for the entire Region 8. But in the defense of the local government unit, dili gud sila dapat mabasol because Tacloban is a small city with murabag kanana ang mga facilities with limited capacity also, and kana insakto nang ingon ni Miss Tomo nga everybody there is a victim. Even if help, assistance, grants, donations were teeming from all parts of the world, directed at Tacloban and Region 8 as a whole, the LGU cannot manage anymore, sir, because everybody is a victim. The local officials will victims. Limitado ang ilang kuan. Kani bang ilahang unsa ni ilahang airport guba pod. Dayon unsa man pag-abot sa mga kuan, mga ayuda nga gikan sa gawas. In fact, dunay mga gipang post sa Facebook na nangadunot na, nangabaho na ang mga perishables. Wala may muhatod kana rang si 130, di ba? Dayon there is also this post sa Facebook na there is a fleet coming, murag fleet na gyud kay murag grupo siya of ships na naghatod og mga ayuda didto sa in that part of the country. Still their local facilities cannot accommodate it. Kulang ang tawo nga mag-distribute in ana mo nang usahay pod sa Facebook, mangaway na lang pug ko kana bang nga kita sa gobyerno, kita manggod kita tanan na amang ta sa gobyerno. Bisan gani ang media is part also of the government having influence, a big influence sa ato ang local government. Kanang masura nako ana na ang murag pakalainon kaayo ang gobyerno to emphasize ang hayan o kung ang Yolanda is the strongest typhoon that ever hit the entire world, no? Unya dinhi pagyud sa Pilipinas, didto pagyud sa Tacloban ni ni Sakdok ba. So I don't know if what would be your perspective, pero para nako kana na ang it would be an understatement kung maingon ko nga badly hit kaayo ang local government of Tacloban. Walay maayong lalaki o maayong babae when it comes to calamities. Oo. There is no disaster preparedness. We're not talking about preparedness. We're not talking about risk reduction management insofar as that calamity is concerned. Not even one of the most powerful and rich countries could contend with that. Nadumduman niyo sa una sa panahon sa tsunami sa Japan. Ang Japan permi drill, no? Well informed ang tao, and then ang ilahang ang integrity of their structures are very impressive. Pero what happened? They were all put to unsa man tawag, murag na inutil tanan pag hit sa tsunami. The same thing happened in Tacloban. And no, we should not be pointing at anybody pointing at anybody insofar as that calamity is concerned. The only thing we can hope is that ma-pray na lang ta for nga dili na mo usob. Dayon, let's just be patient about the response of the LGU because all of them are victims.
Okay, thank you so much.
Na tong mga patay sa kalsada.
Yes.
Dili na nila gyud dili makaya.
Okay.
Nalinta sa agrarian reform sa DAR.
Arita sa agrarian reform, na kay pangutana. Okay. After you, ako.
Kuan lang, ni Parpuadjo, bahay na ning problema sa ARBs, kining agrarian reform beneficiaries. Naman ko certain hectares na ihatag na to nila. Ang namit na to nga problem, especially sa DAR o sa Parcom, kining ipamaligya nila o iprinda nila wa pa mga hatagan ni ilang titulo. Mo gani perennial problem na to. So naisgutan man nato na during meetings unsa may development ani na identify naman nato ni mga agrarian reform beneficiaries. Ang senaryo ani date mo ni mo identify ta o kanang angayan tagaan o yuta mga beneficiaries ng uban nahugog ka na bang dili iyang ngalan iyang ngalan pero dili siya mo nagtil dami mo na number 1 na problem. Ikaduha, di kadami o nakadami iprinda nas bangko na po yung mga bangko nga mudawat og loan. Ikatulo, iyang ibaligya yun mismo mo pa'y titulo. So, mamang na premier problem yun sa atong department. I know nga nagtrabaho ang kuan pero ang hindi mapailam na itong kaso or i-cancel ang ilang titulo unsa may development ani Attorney Adjo.
Thank you very much partner from the Parcom, no? Kasi kasama kami sa Parcom. Dumating na kasi yung mga issue to the Parcom for appropriate action of the Parcom. Actually, nagkaroon tayo ng survey provincial-wide. Ito yung mga problem, hindi ito lang happen only in Zamboanga Norte. Nationwide, of the 72 province covered by the agrarian reforms, seemingly similar problem that we have encountered. But in the case of Zamboanga del Norte, we have come up provincial survey to look at this problem. In fact, marami na tayo na listing of some of the beneficiaries natin with that kind of action. So, sinapit namin na sa legal for an investigation of this problem. So, as of now, ang legal ginagawa nilang massive na investigation ito from one municipality or from one barangay to other barangay. At any time, maybe for mga first early week of January, i-release namin ito yung action of the Department of Agriculture provincial-wide. As of now, we focus on our accomplishment of our target for 2013. Specifically on our LCMS, yung legal case monitoring system. Now, ang reporting namin directly on the website na yung reporting namin. Hindi na yung hard copy under our agrarian reform, yung agrarian justice talaga rin namin. Ganun. Yun. But in the case of yung mentioned by the honorable board member, tinitingnan namin ngayon. From Dipolog up to Sibuco and to Katipunan. Tinitingnan. We mobilize all our maros in DF to look at this so that we're able to look at this. And in fact, we plan to hire more lawyer to assist us on the investigation of this. Hopefully, we can resolve this.
Okay, follow-up question from Edgar. Go
Okay,
ahead,
thank
please.
you. That I was thinking, nahunong na ninyo aning practice kay. If I do remember, if memory serves me right, di ba si Attorney Jacinto the last time there is there was a pronouncement with Attorney Jacinto nga doon ay something or changes about the probation of this nga. Madilaan na gyud ang mga ERB kanang mga nakadawat sa yuta sa pagbaligya o mga pagbaligya. Was there any changes na hitabo, sir, or the same?
Actually, totoo yun. May mga yung agrarian reform beneficiaries na natin, tawa yung mentioned by the honorable board member natin, because of economic problem, binabaligyan nila. Others dyan, yung nagdadami sila. So, para nag-release hold doon ng iba, doon after all, dahil sa economic difficulty na, pinapreparate na doon. Totoo yun. Kaya ang program natin ngayon, through our leadership, nagkakaroon tayo ng massive investigation. We directed all the MAROS, the MARPO, to come up all the listings so that we can have an investigation test. Karoon, program namin yun, limited na yung mga legal officer namin. We plan to have a COS on those who all graduate to assist us, of course, with some benefit will be given to.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Mutana po ko bahin sa land conversion. Oo, kay kini nahitabo diri sa tuwa nga we are prone to floods because i-convert lang diretso ang mga yuta gikan sa agriculture, no, na diretso residential or commercial ba, no, or industrial ba. Dayon ang kani kay i-convert man nila nga siguro walay permission gikan sa iyong opisina, no, more on business, no, then na block to mga waterways, na kwantong mga creeks affected tanan. So I think that's what happened locally, no, there is atong Dipolog City, gamay lang ulan, medyo mubaha na because of this land conversion. Og naato si Konsehal Ruben Ligorio, usa ni siyang concern, no, kay mo gini atong nasinati diri sa atong dakbayan sa Dipolog. So what about this, sir?
Actually, yung land conversion, isa lang kami agency, member of the committee.
Okay.
one of the member of the committee, the DLG, is a part of the committee. The local government is a part of the committee. And the field development is a part of the committee. So in the case of yung land transfer, all land transfer, whether it's private or government land to be transferred, they are securing dark clearance. So sa amin naman dark clearance ginagawa namin, before we issue the certificate or clearance, nagkakaroon kami ng deeper investigation. We start from our development facilitator down to the MARO, down up to our legal officers and the operation division. Before I have to sign a declared clearance. And before the LOD will accept for issuing stock transfer from title to the. So in the case of land conversion, I understand mayroon na tayong committee being established. I don't know kung in this committee with the different agency being involved kung nagmamatch sila on updating the land conversion. Isang agency lang kami as a member of the committee.
Okay, thank you so much. Attorney Matoy, Barinaga, please.
Kanating aling land conversion that board, not necessarily it will cause flood, no? Because you have the local government units, the land use. So even if it is converted into commercial or residential, you cannot use it unless you go to the land use. Second, you have also the DENR who will certify unsa ang paggamit, whether it will cause flood or whatever. So ang duty tingali sa DAR is okay, you want to convert it to commercial. But as far as the flooding and everything is concerned, there are two more agencies who are concerned on that. Engineering is there. So they can put several drainages where the water will flow.
Follow up.
Yes,
Follow up
okay.
lang ko along with this one. In an urban scenario like the Polog, sir, is it really possible, based on experience, nga may tabugid ang land conversion?
Well, as of now, in our office, we have not reached we did not experience any complaint for a land conversion. Except those who are seeking for a dark clearance for the land transfer development, we have deeply investigated that before we have issued for the dark clearance. We will first know the purpose of this for the land transfer before we have a card.
Okay, ang
Okay,
urbanization
guys.
goes,
And
it goes
Kimberly,
along
and
with
then
conversion,
Attorney
kung
Marinaga.
urbanization, like the Polog. So we are bending towards urbanization. So there should, murag may tabugid, there is a massive conversion along with urbanization.
Dapat meron yun. Dapat the commission should act this. This is an urgency matter. Kaya the agency involved should look into this so that we can prevent the land conversion.
Yes,
Kaya
Board
yan,
Member Lee.
service lang eh.
Yung interagency, yun o.
Bayan na conversion. Na mga maro-maro po na sa uban. Ang agricultural, convert nila residential o commercial para madako ang value sa yuta. Pero magbayad ng pingkasan, i-declare mo og agricultural para gamay ang pingkasan. No, si Edith, mantigo na, kita kami yuta.
Wala ko nang hilabot ni mo. Behave. Okay, sir.
On the serious aspect now, kining land conversion bitaw. Supposing I have only a 300 square meters of land. Pero that is agricultural kay. Ako nang nanihirit kaya sa kong ginikanan, dayon you expect me to plant rice all the time. Then pila ra may akong income. How much income will I get? Whereas, kung akong ibaligya, no? Ibaligya na ako, magpag-eskwela ko kung mga bata, pag-aran ko, makapalit ko another yuta out of the 300 square meters. So, these are, sometimes you have to evaluate on this matter, no? Kaya, sayang kayo, 300 square meters, patamno niyo mo og humay, pila makatuig, makahimo ka og 500,000.
Actually, yung nung sa aming clearance ganito, pag tingnan namin yung purpose, pag in case of the other purpose, pinasasabit namin yung plan for the purpose. Then, we ask the applicant to coordinate the local government, especially the city. Yeah. And of course, after that, we will ask also to coordinate the DPWH. Doon. Before we look at, of course, magkakaroon tayo ng after the plan, tinitingnan natin for those who are our benefits are being affected. Pag may inaabot na beneficiary, we will never issue any clearance. Kaya, hindi kayo yung basta-basta i-issue ng NARCA. We have to investigate it. We try to look at the rule of the agency being involved in the committee. If the agency being involved in the committee with their appropriate signature, and we will issue for other clearance. So we will be anticipating to have this kind of land conversion.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Kabahin sa mga programa o proyekto sa atong Department of Agrarian Reform, we know that you are very busy in implementing these projects in our province of Zamboanga del Norte, and dili kaigo atong time sa Kapihan sa Dipolog para ani ang ato ang mga programa sa ato ang Department of Agrarian Reform. But then again, gusto nato nga mahibaw-an kung unsa kay mga major programs ninyo karon gi-implement. Especially so with the RAT plan nga implementation, mapiktahan ba rin atong mga ongoing projects or soon to be completed projects within Zamboanga del Norte? Kaya murag malahi naman ang shifting ana, di ba? So, I think you have the floor.
Actually, the Department of Agrarian Reform, ito yung major program natin. One, meron tayong Agrarian Reform Community Connectivity Support Project. This is a national flagship project of the department. Nagbibigay tayo ng mga common service facilities sa mga ARBOs natin.
Okay.
Yung dati, tinatawag natin IRB Cooperative.
Okay.
Yung ngayon, nag-rename na po is Agrarian Reform Beneficiary Organization, yung ARBO.
Okay.
We have given common service facilities to the municipality of Polanco. We have given a transplanter, combined harvester. Yung transplanter, dalawa, binigay natin. Yung harvester, binigay natin ng isa, worth about 1.3 million. Yung isa lang ang transplanter natin, it was about 600 million, 600,000. And more or less for 1.2 million yung dalawa. Binibigyan natin na yun ng flat bed dryer yung Polanco. Doon sa Polanco, sa Barangay Gidlis. So, sa municipality of Mucha, nabigyan tayo ng flat bed dryer. Sa municipality of Ruas, the same also flat bed dryer. And the municipality of Gudud sa flat bed dryer. Another program of Department of Agrarian Reform, yung Agrarian Production Credit Program. Inaasisan natin yung mga ARBOs natin, yung cooperative before. Ang nakakaabil ngayon ng isang sa Siocon na ARBO, ito worth 1.9 million yung inaasisan natin doon. Tapos meron pa tayo yung insurance sa mga farmer natin. Yung tinanong ko last time, still remember, yung after this calamity, ano ba yung role ng DART? Meron tayong target ngayon ng 5,300 na beneficiary to be insured doon sa program. As of now, meron pa tayo until end of the calendar year. Ang na-complete natin ngayon is 4,000 pa. Meron pa tayo 1,200 ng balance to be accomplished by this December. Ina-insure natin yon. Yung case mayroong mga nabibiktim sa kanila, bibigyan natin yung monetary assistance. In case of your crop, babawal yun ito yung crop yun. Ina-insure natin. Another one, ito yung Agrarian Reform Community Project 2, assisted by the Asian Development Bank. These are the ones the municipality. We are covering 10 municipality and 2 cities. That is 12 LGUs. Now, the city of Dipolog, their project is irrigation project. It is the biggest now serviceable area as far as ARCP 2 is concerned. That will about 760 hectares. We approved the project is 58 million. Baka bukas, i-issue na yung no objection letter. At any time, makakaroon tayo ng groundbreaking, Board Member Lee, no? At any time. The other one also, irrigation, worth of 26 million in the municipality of Siocon. After na yun, we are waiting for the issuance of the no objection letter. And another one also in a different municipality, like the case of, allow me to read this one.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
We have the municipality of Baligya, meron tayong project nito, worth of 6.7 million. approved by the ongoing dito project. The same also Butalak, 10.2 million. We have also municipality of Labason, 16.7 million ongoing the project. And some of the project of the Labas municipality have already completed at any time to be taken over. We have also the Leon Postigo municipality with 9 million. The municipality of Siayan is 85.9 million. We have the municipality of Sindangan. I motivated the mayor to have bigger project. However, ang project na pinakamaliit, 1.4 million lang. Another one is the municipality of Siocon Irrigation Project, 53.4 million. Pinapaspasan namin ito so that we can have a groundbreaking before end of this month for the municipality. And of course, Saraway, 6.4 million. And Tapilisan, we have 28 million ongoing na yung mga project ito. And Manukan, 14.3 million FMR project is ongoing now. And of course, the city of Dipolog, 58.1 million for the irrigation project. Hopefully by tomorrow or Tuesday, the mayor will be able to receive the null objection letter for the project so that we can have the groundbreaking of this project all the way.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for the information of our viewers and our listeners. Ato ning ipangutana para makahibalo po nato mga katawhan unsay mga gipang implementar diha nga mga proyekto sa inyong mga lugar sa ato ang gobyerno pinagi sa Department of Agrarian Reform kay kini makaapektar greatly sa ato ang komunidad because it will generate income, it will give employment to the locality, and the economic activity will be very much active in your particular place, no? Kung daghan kay nga tanan nga mga proyekto nga gibubo sa atong kagamahanan. So, before we will proceed, ato una ta sa pikas nato sa to ang commercial ni Paul James, and then ari na punta sa DILG kay doon na po tayo pangutana direct from New Jersey, USA, kang Mr. Vicente Changson. Yes, stateside kayo. Paul, go ahead please. Stateside.
Thank you sa pagpapinaw kang Lord English, Governor of the Sorry Magsona.
Ano labot mo na siya? Manilender sa mga public school teachers.
Okay, napalong na ito, no? Okay, again, good morning to Miss Lorene. Amo sa apelido niya, Kiss, nasa London. Okay, good morning. Salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Okay. Ang kapihan sa Dipolog nga nukad live diri na sa Sunburst Fried Chicken sa ground floor sa Hotel Camilawan. Gipasagdan kita sa Gloria di Dapitan with Fantasyland and Dapitan Aquamarine Park kun ila nga dampa nga gipanagyahan ni former First District Congressman Romeo Nonong Halosos. Sa tong convertible man ato ang convertible panelist and guest si Attorney Rosalia Barinaga, former Congressman 2nd District, Dean sa College of Law sa Jose Rizal Memorial State University, Dipolog Campus. Metro shoppers alang sa kinilon personal, opisina o ka sa imong panimulay, na dia ang mga bag o kayong mga gadget nga pwede mong kapilian sa Rizal Avenue ning dakbayan sa Dipolog mo kana ang Metro shoppers pang gift alang na sa Christmas ayon na kayo. Honorable James P. Berdugues, membro sa Guliang Panglusod sa Dipolog, salamat kayo sa itong usab nga convertible nga guest o panelist sa 2nd District Board Member Ronilio Boyli o President usab sa Regional Board Members League of the Philippines, LEGS. Okay. Convertible po sa versatile sa Honorable Ruben Ligorio sa Guliang membro sa Guliang Panglusod sa Dipolog, panelist and guest po din siya. Si Honorable Peter Co, membro sa Guliang Panglusod sa Dipolog, salamat kayo. Ingon masab sa Janos Marketing, problema sa inyong mga sakinan, ato ang Janos Marketing, kay nanimutang sa May Quezon Avenue, pangitaalang sa EBC President Honorable Janos Yu. Kang Provincial Governor sa Zamboanga del Norte, Provincial Governor Roberto Uy, salamat kayo sir. Iman kang Madam Evelyn Uy, City Mayor sa Dakbayan sa Dipolog, ingon masab kang City Vice Governor o Provincial Vice Governor Honorable Senin Angeles, salamat kayo. Ingon kang Honorable Julius Napiget, ang atong board member sa 2nd District sa Lalawigan sa Zamboanga del Norte, board member o chairman sa Committee on Finance and Appropriation sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, si Honorable Romulo Soliva, salamat kayo. Kang City Vice Mayor and Dr. Horacio Velasco, salamat kayo sir. Kang City Councilor Kenny Valong sa Dakbayan sa Dipolog, City Councilor sa Dakbayan sa Dipolog, Attorney General Jojo Napikit, salamat kayo sir. City Councilor Jasmine Pinsoy, salamat kayo madam. Members ng Guliang Panglusod sa Dipolog and ang ato ang legal consultant sa kapihan sa Dipolog and President sa Integrated Bar of the Philippines Zamboanga del Norte Chapter, si Attorney Kenneth P. Rosal. Salamat kayo sa inyo ang paghatag o suporta sa atong programa ang kapihan sa Dipolog.
Kaya kang salamat ato pasalamatan usab pipila na to ang si Edie di sa Edie Flower Shop. Makontak ni 0906-876-0525. Eksperto sa flower arrangement sa tanang okasyon. Edie Flower Shop. Masab ang Junji Enterprises Highway Minaog nitong dakbayan sa Dipolog nga manufacturer o installer kini sa tanang mga C-Porlin, color roofing, roll up, door manual o ingong masab motorized o remote control. Mo kini ang Junji Enterprise Highway Minaog Dipolog City gipanagian ni Jun Sidulor. Matawag sa telephone number 0652128517. Masab nagpahibalo ang Cebu Cebu Educational Supply nga simo pumalit sa Cebu Educational Supply sa kantidad nga 200 pesos, maimo ang 40 at 50% diskwento sa imong o mga produkto sa Daki. Sugod karong Disyembre 2, mostly ang 40 to 50% discount sa mga produkto sa Daki kung makapalit kag 200 pesos worth sa Cebu Educational Supply. Diya sa dalan i-chabis niya itong pagdakbayan sa Dipo. Pagdali kay limitado lamang ang supply, tama lamang kung naapay supply. Ibsab hatod sab kanato ang atong panaguban sa Tulmanon sa CL and CL Fast Food kani Chinlam, sa Pipix Pension House, di Budgetary Pension House din sa Dakbayan sa Dipolog, sa Twins Fitness Center diya na sa dalan na Quezon, og imasab kang City Councilor Honorable Attorney Raul Barbaso, Committee on Infrastructure sa Guniang Panlusod Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Ang pharmacy nga nailan na sa tananghanang taga Dipolog, ang kanhi Dipolog Butika Dipolog karon Kuans Pharmacy. Nada si Dudoy sa Kuans Pharmacy sa Barangay Istaka na mao gihapon ang pag-abi-abi sa ilang mga customers sa Kuans Pharmacy o sa kanhi Butika Dipolog. Ang Jan Jeyo ang department sa photocopier nga lifetime service warranty diyan na sa Jan Jeyo Enterprises sa Dalan Bonifacio nitong Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Ang LC Electrotech Marketing installer kini og NTC approved installer sa mga transmitter, tower, radio base ug uban pa diyan na sa habagsakan ni edad ni atong Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Og ang John Vic Motor Care nga alang na sa mga surplus og ingon man kaning mga recap og ingon man sa brand new nga mga brand sa motor or ingon man sa full wheel vehicles, mga ligid nyo problema o katong dunay mga vulcanizing shop, pamalit kamo sa inyong mga produkto og inyong gamitonon diya na sa John Vic Tire Care Center o sa inyong mga ligid. Max, Goodyear, Yokohama, Junga, Tanggal, Diston naa ka na diya sa John Vic Tire Center. Yung masabang Orozco Ventures Vision Care Optical Clinic, contact lens, transition lens, progressive lens, multi-coated lens o ang gitawag og Ishihara test kung color blind testing. Mohimo ka na ang Orozco Vision Care sa Dalang Katipunan ning atong Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Mao kini paluyo sa atong padaguban sa Tulmanon ang kapihan sa Dipolog live diri sa Camilo 1 Sunburst Fried Chicken ni atong Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Balik kita sa atong kapihan.
Okay, thank you so much, Edgar. Balik kita sa atong kapihan sa Dipolog. Live kita din sa Sunburst Fried Chicken ground floor, Camila Hotel 1, sa ato ang DXDR ug IFM simultaneous broadcast, live streaming sa atong www.rmndipolog.weebly.com. View us at YouTube and Facebook. Atong kauban sa atong mga bisita karubutaga, atong gikan sa Department of Agrarian Reform, si Parpo. Okay, Muhammad Desan Adjo og si Provincial Director Maria Calpiza Haukulan Sardua, ang ato ang Provincial Director sa DILG. So, balik kita sa ato ang kapihan sa Dipolog atong discussions. Akong basahan una ni, with your permission, ma'am. Ang query gikan kang Mr. Vicente Changson, ato aning fan sa atong kapihan sa Dipolog from New Jersey, USA. Please inquire about the survey conducted by the DILG about the public school teachers and the money lenders in Zamboanga del Norte and the two cities. Please inquire into this and evaluate the impact of this activity into the lives of the poor teachers. Best regards. Thank you so much. Okay, so mo to'y pangutana ni Mr. Vicente Changson from New Jersey, USA. Ma'am?
Okay, so good evening sa kay Mr. Vicente Changson gabi iron sa ila. I hope he is monitoring us. Actually, I think he was referring to the CBMS survey. And I would like to correct him that the survey,
what is CBMS?
Community-based management system. Okay, and I would like to correct him that it is not a survey focused on moneylenders and teachers only. Oo. It practically covers everything in the community, and there is actually a question there kung nag-avail ba ka sa mga money money lenders, kung nag-avail ba ka sa mga services sa money lenders, and maybe na-capture dito nga ang atong mga teachers frequent nga nagautang sa money lenders. Inaana tingali. I would like to assume. Oo, I would like to assume. Oo. So dili gid siya naka-focus sa teachers, pero medyo na-capture lang siguro. And it is not actually a survey. Para siyang information system para doon natay data bank sa atong community. So wala na siya kuan, wala na siya murag analysis as to the impact. Makuan lang nato, parang feedback mechanism lang siya sa community nga the people in the community are resorting to money lenders and hence would focus on livelihood, di ba? On more economic elevating engagements.
So, sumpay na sa aman. Okay. Sa pagkadian nga, daghang kay na biktima. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, sa imong enlightenment. Yes, go ahead.
Di ka na, actually, di naman kay teachers ra.
Di ba? Teachers na. Iya mong pagpunta na teacher.
PNP, napay, sa Kapitolyo, daghang sa Kapitolyo.
Police.
Nabaguhan ko na ba yung
DILG.
pag inig payroll ko no, naato lang sa window sa itong nambira yun na. Saan ang window ha? Ay, ag window nas para nangutang. Natang na dito pag ana. Ana na ro, kaya. Hasta ka ng pantawin. Pato panigwat. Pag prinda ana, gi prinda ang ito mismo. Sila may muhawid sa ana. Usahay tingala katudiha sa land bank na may land bank ATM dia. Tingala ko nga kadaghan tao usa ra may ga ana. Kung sa mga kay muwidro butas atong sweldo.
Correct.
Sa ay pantawid ni board. Sugod ay. Sa ikaw lang siya. Usa man na sa ay. Wa-afford ka ng buhi ko na, buhi. Small cottage industry project.
Ato na inquire one of these days sa DSWD o unsay lang gihimo bahin ana no kay murag it defeats the purpose, di ba? It defeats the purpose na okay, so ato lang sa nang i-leave nato nga topic na behind and we will leave it to another day. Og na natay mga concerned nga mga resource persons di ana mapanana. Okay, so let's go back to the business of the day and atong ato ang dayon atong ihatag kang Attorney Mato. Yes, go ahead.
Practical question tingali ana og pag wala yung mga money lenders, no? Unsa may buhaton sa asa man ka mutang? Whether you like it or not, mangutang man gyud. Mao man gani giingon nga kita mga empleyado wa man ta nabuhi sa tong salary. Nabuhi man ta sa tong utang. Let's face it, no? Okay,
Yes, sir.
I may not earlier I may not have stated a politically correct question or answers, no, to our guest, but rest assured that I am not critiquing against any offices, no. Ato lang ini being in the media, we are supposed to give voice to those people who cannot express their opinion or complain to the powers that be because they don't have the accessibility. So mo na atong responsibility in the media. We have to tell them, whoever is our resource person, on the impression, on what we have read in the newspapers, on what we have heard on our people, and what we have read in the Facebooks. And so all of these are being equated to all of them. No? So ang ako lang, we are running out of time. One, it is always compared sa Yolanda victims nga even the richest country cannot prevent typhoon or storm surge, whatever. That is correct. But it is the reaction, it is the response time. Like for instance, in Katrina, within 24 hours, tuwa na tanan. The National Guard were already there preventing looters tanan. Helicopters were there, no? In Japan, the same, in 24 hours, every block and corners with soldiers who are looking for survivors. Sa Pilipinas, it took us how many days? When Anderson Cooper landed in Tacloban, 5 days after, nangutaan na pa siya who is in charge. Until now, wala gyapon ang mga relief. So it is on this basis tingali nga, we should improve our services. Rather than being onion-skinned, rather bang nga mo react nga, kung sa may pagsabot ninyo nga, problemi, nanadihay. We should also learn a lesson of how prepared we are, di ba? Okay. Going to katong problema gyud ni Boy, which is really a problem. Every time you make a disbursement, no, you are always afraid nga later on you'll be charged. Okay, dili husto ang imong pag-disburse because it is always stated nga anything that you disburse should be subject to budgeting and COA rules and regulations. But what is this rules and regulations? So it's going to interpret. Precisely we are asking because you need somebody to interpret. COA? No, COA will not interpret. Why? Because post-audit sila. They are going to make a opinion that will be pre-audit. Ang ilang post-audit lang. So you have to go to an office who is in charge of that. However it is, I think Boy was correct that they should need help from the barangay to the city as well as to the provincial. So muna ang atong gikuana na date nga ang atong gitingali nga you should not be onion skin. Officials should not be onion skin. The more work you have, the better. Because it means nga our work is justified. Our office is justified for its existence. Otherwise, wa kay trabaho, the abolition, atong trabaho. And going then to our friend, ang atong dakong concern, when you are going to merge the 4 departments, no, it will cause a lot of unemployment. You are going to go into rationalization. Just imagine, you have 4 offices. You are 4 provincial director of DNR, of the dan usaray makuha ninyo sa upat, no? So that's a big problem. Whether Congress will have that political will or not. This has been made long time ago, which no Congress was able to make it, no? Thank you.
Okay, yes. Any comment coming from Parpo?
Actually, that is true, the observations of the former Honorable Congressman Barnaga. If this institutional arrangement been turned into a reality, into the merging of the 4 agency, practically ang shutdown it is the government employees that turn to unemployment. Even in the case of rationalization, may mga kasama natin nasa office, mga very young pa, they are energetic, they are affected because of the position being redundant. So they are advised to have retirement early. So nakakaawa, ganon. So I do not know in the mindset of our political planner why we have coming up this. And tayo naman, we are in the lowest of the government organs. We have to implement what the law is given. So.
Okay. Comment from the ILG about rationalization plan of the government. Are you seriously affected, your office also, regarding RAT plan?
We were among the departments who first implemented the RAT plan. And, well, we cannot do anything about it. We have to face the consequences. All we must do as a department affected by the RAT plan, nga dapat lang gyud nga ma-explain maayo sa tawo, sa ilang mga tawo, what are the consequences kung mahitabo. Pareho sa mo adunay mga affected nga mga personnel nga wala pa nila na-anticipate nga ma-retire na di ay sila. Oo, ma-retire na di ay sila. And some of them has opted to unsay tawag ani to have opted for demotion instead of early retirement. So, luoy po. We cannot do anything otherwise. In our place, sa Region 6 sa una, they resorted to the association of employees in the department para tabang, pero wala jud. We have to contend with it.
Itabo mo na dito sa una nga ang mga bureaus bitaw sa related to farming and agriculture gipang divulge na tanan sa usa ka department para ang agriculture na naman di ang soils na
Okay,
separate sa una
fisheries.
na fisheries and aquatic resources na Bureau of Agricultural Extension sa una
Baex.
gihimog usa na daghang yung nga pas kapastilan akong salary grade under man ko ubos na ko nga
That's
grade
screaming of
sa mga
bureaucracy.
realities nga ang lead agency mao magimubos nila.
Okay,
Itong
na
uban,
mag
opted for demotion, di ba? Opted for demotion.
Na, then at the same time, makasave ang government.
Okay.
Cannot
Mo
do
na
otherwise.
realities sa sulti pa ni Chief
Actually,
Katua.
sir, ang rationalization, the aim of the goal of the rationalization is really to rationalize your existence.
Correct.
No, di ba, sir? Oo. So, kung doon na yung mga positions na mga obsolete, no, honestly, they are the first to go. Oo. So, yes, mga redundant.
Duplication.
So, kung mabilin ka, kinahanglan, bugat ang rason why you have to stay. Na siya.
Okay, final question, because we have only 8 minutes to go before we wind up our program. So, from to the ILG, kay briefly, ngano nga, naapil naman mag-implementation sa project, like it's in the news, no, nga na-treated dito sa Guniang Pralawigan, nga ang DILG pamana funded nga project mag-implement dito 15 milyones nga barangay project malipot in Siocon, Zamboanga del Norte. Nganong naabot man mo ang mga implementation of
Okay.
projects?
Thank you. Thank you again for that question. Actually, di ba, akong gi-mention ganina nga kuan kanana ang the department exercises or assist the president in the exercise of his general supervision over local government unit. So, in line with our supervisory function, we keep track of the performance of the local government unit. And to do that, we have to establish standards based on international benchmarks, standards of performance based on international benchmarks. That is why we have the LGPMS, or the Local Government Measurement System, which is actually a self-assessment tool and would give feedback to the LGU insofar as his performance is concerned in the 5 major areas of governance, and this is governance and administration, social services, economic development, and environmental protection. Those who will makapasar anin ang LGPMS, nga taas iya nga unsa ni taas ang iyang performance will be recognized. Dayon doon na siya dapat nga kaluha nga gitawag nga compliance to the full disclosure policy, the FDP. So kung maayo gani ang performance sa LGU plus compliant siya sa FDP, he will be rewarded with, he'll be conferred with the seal of good housekeeping. So karon ang kuan is that kung doon na gani kay seal of good housekeeping, you are now now entitled, or you can now gain access to the performance challenge fund. Okay. Kanini ang kuan, kanini ang pamana, this is in line with the mantra of this government nga moingon nga matuwid na daan ba, kaning matuwid na daan. So gone are the days when the national government would fund plans, wish list and dreams. It is now into rewarding and giving incentives in line with good performance. So that is why we have the pamana. Pamana is short for mapayapang pamayanan, masagana at payapang pamayanan. And Walay lahi. Ang lahi ito, lain na pud to. Lain na pud to. Syokon lang ang Cebuco ang na-identify because kuha ni sila kanini ang recipient sa pamana are those LGUs that has incidents of armed conflict. Oo. So dili pug ka dawat og pamana og dili pug ka seal of good housekeeping recipient. So all grants, all loans, assistance coming from national government are LGPMS is GH FDP based. So buti pa sabot kanina yung mga tawhana maayo ang ilaha untang padalagan galing kay biktima lang sila sa armed conflict. So kaning kwartaha man god kaning 15 million, kining 5 million, kaning 8 million daghan kay na milyones na sir, and come 2016 we will be speaking in billions already. Wow. Kana na ang kwarta ni siya sa DILG downloaded to the local government unit. Kuha ni siya kanang murag incentives and rewards for good performance.
Dili po PDAF ni Janet Lim.
Dili ni siya PDAF, but I heard this is from the DAP. I heard
Okay.
lang. Oh, this is from the DAP.
Yes, sir.
So,
Parpo.
ano siya?
Actually, this is in relation with the explanation by our DLG director. No? Actually, yung ginawa ng DIG, yung for a good governance, it was already enjoyed by the Department of Agrarian Reform in terms of our ESP2 project. Where we have yung tinatawag namin performance-based grant system sa project for the governance of the implementation of the project. Pag maganda yung governance ng implementation of project, nire-rebate namin yung 20% of the total project cost. Like in the case of Dipolog, the 58 million, yung 20% of that, pwede na namin ibibigay sa kanila. Part of the performance base of the project, yung grant system, because of the good governance of the LGU being set by the DIJ.
Okay, thank you so much.
Dili lang, Deb. Oo, I would just like to add, no, insakto ng ingon ni Sir. Actually, ang pamana is not only implemented by DILG. Kuha na siya multi-sectoral, the DAR, the DA, DOH, the SWD, daghan nga kuan, including our civil society organization. So kami lang ang murag lead implementing agency. Oo. Pero daghan nga mga agencies involved.
Interagency.
Yes.
Okay. Yes? You have something to say?
Noon naman ko nag-text ako.
May
Say,
nag-text. Okay.
Pasabot, what? Na nag-text.
Okay, sige, go ahead.
Na,
Textmate
sa
mo.
muna ipasabot ko lang ng Parkcom. Actually, member mo ko sa Parkcom. Kanang Parkcom, monitoring na siya nga sanga sa Agrarian Reform,
Council.
Provincial Agrarian Reform Coordinating Committee. Nag-monitor niya sa tanang projects, sa tanang government agencies nga nag-implement og projects nga mo affect sa agriculture o farmers. Labi na ganong na may irrigation. By the way, ang atong chairman sa Parkcom is Monsignor Montano. Dahil ang atong Parpo mo executive director. Siya po chairman sa PCIT. PCIT kining implementing team nga agencies. Ang members ani irrigation, DTI, TISDA, Science and Technology, DOLE, DSWD, any agency nga related sa agriculture o mga farmer-based nga mga projects. Mo nang musulod ang Parkcom kay ngon sa may labot ang dar aning sa irrigation. Pero actually dako ang role ang dar sa irrigation.
Actually, yung project we have irrigation project because of our foreign assistance project. In the case of the RCP, it is assisted by the Asian Development Bank. And we have now the Zamboanga Norte enjoyed for 6 foreign assistance projects. Start from the ARPS, RSP, the WIMSEP, the ESDP, assisted by the World Bank, the SPAT, assisted by the Spanish government, and now we have the Asia Development. And we have coming next year the European Union for our Zamboanga del Norte is amounting about 2 billion pesos because of this there in preparing for the preparedness of the community, specifically our young development plan. And we have most of our employees who are trained by the World Bank on preparing for the development plan. Kaya nga pas-pas yung ating mga foreign assistant project coming to Zamboanga del Norte.
Okay, thank you so much. Inatunta nga ka ng mga foreign aids, mapunta sa mga fake NGOs ni Janet Lim na police, no? Okay, so we're running out of time. Wala na tayo panahon. Good morning and happy viewing to Nenen Martinez na siya karon. O thank you so much Nenen sa imong pag-entertain na mo rito ag sa first year death anniversary sa atong kauban si Walter Balisado, our dear good friend, the late Walter Balisado, no? Yang death anniversary, first death anniversary, breast cancer. So God bless his soul. Last Thursday we were there. And also, good morning to Attorney Jay Balisado, to Bong Balisado, and to Cynthia Daimil Cabrera, ang Comelec officer sa Sergio Osmeña, akong kauban last Thursday nga karon nag-oath-taking sila dito sa Sergio Osmeña sa mga barangay officials. So, finally, mga lang ta mga parting statements gikan sa itong mga guests karong buntaga nga napasalamat kita nga nisanong sila sa atong invitation without much kuan ba kanana ang resistance. Kumbaga, we'll start first with Parpo Muhammad Dasan Adju from the Department of Agrarian Reform. Thank you so much, sir, for coming, and your parting statement, please.
Before with that, pwede ako mag-greet?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Happy birthday to Miss Lorena Gumabar.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. Kinsa na siya, sir? Textmate. Okay. Sige, go ahead.
Ulitawar ba sir?
Ni Gracia. Sige, go ahead.
Okay, for India PD Department Agrarian Reform, first of all, pasalamat kami for the media partner, specifically in the Kapihan sa Dipolog, for always inviting us so we can update the development of the agrarian reform. And we can assure at anyhow, anywhere, we will be there for your partner and moving forward for our news and other information, vital information to our public, especially in a relevant issue with not only for agrarian reform and for community as a whole. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Sir, walay violent reaction matud pa ni Nenen Martinez, Dres Kapihan sa Dipolog. We assure you that. And regards si mong papa, kauban na to sa press club, si Judge Wilfredo Martinez. Nenen, God bless you. And from the Department of Interior and Local Government, ang ato ang pinasidugang bisita karong buntaga nga from the name Kalikan Pinyan Zamboanga del Norte, na tawo na himugso si Maria Calpisa Hokulan Sardua, ato Provincial Director from the ILG.
Okay, thank you Edith for having me here. I am very happy. I feel so accomplished today, and I think it's worth my time.
Really?
Oh, you can invite me anytime
Of
again.
course,
I would
of
be
course.
angry if you won't.
To
To our clients, so the clients of the ILG Zamboanga del Norte, rest assured that the office is always open, the lines are always open to accommodate your issues and concerns, your questions 24 hours 7. Because I am staying here in Dipolog alone. Oh, that is not an invitation though.
emphasize yun na,
Oo,
emphasize.
kay naarba si Sir Adjul ba? So, kuan kanang buti pasabot wala gyud koy kabilinggan dinhi sa Dipolog. I can always respond to the needs of our clientele. Rest assured, no, bisan na kuan murag supladahon ang itsura, pero kuan kanana ang very accommodating dayon when it comes to the concerns of the LGU. Kuan kayo ko, I will do everything. I am looking forward to moving around Zamboanga del Norte and its LGUs and pay each local chief executive a courtesy call. So kung pwede lang jud, gani kay kulang among among allocation on gas. But I will do it. Happy Sunday to everyone.
Thank you so much. Ingon siya ganina, the mommy returns, pero one hot mama invitation. Okay. Yes, good morning ato kang Ma'am Adelina Balisado. Mama ni Walter Balisado. Greetings coming from Ninin Martinez. From the panel, we have the most punctual person in this room today, and thereafter, from the Philippine Information Agency Manager, utangan nato gihapon, Mr. Alfonso Roda.
Why kaso wa may interest na utang. Di mo na mo-accumulate. Okay, and sa ngalan sa Philippine Information Agency ug sa atong kinatibukang pwersa sa kapihan sa Dipolog ug sa tigdumala ni istasyon RMN DXDR. Mayon lang kog maayong adlaw og happy birthday day kang Sis Crescencia Barasan sa Tolda 22 sa Purok Cacao, Minao.
Okay, thank you so much, Pons. Congratulations to your daughter for making it as a chemical engineer. Okay. From the panel, again, Edgar Soronda.
Okay, thank you very much no, sa atong mga bisita karong buntaga. So, this is not the first or the last. Welcome anytime din sa itong kapihan sa Dipolog. Kani nanagid akong kuan. So, again, happy Sunday. O gato lang igitod, happy birthday. Siyang former Congressman Romeo Nonong Halosos, nga nagsaulog siyang adlaw na tawag kadlawa. O kang former Outer District Congressman General Cesar Halosos, nga dungan nga nagsaulog silang birthday karong adlaw. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Edgar. From the panel again, former Congressman Attorney Rosilier Matoy Barinaga, sir.
Salamat dito sa itong mga miyembro sa panel o si Provincial Director sa DILG, si Mrs. Kalipa Sardua. Mingon siya nga, she might look tough in the outside, but she's soft in the inside. and welcome. Sama sa itong Provincial Director sa DAR, si Mohamed Dasan Adjo. We would like to thank them for coming over. I hope nga dili sila mo kuli o ato na pong imbitahon because we have lots of questions to ask, pero gamay ra mo itong panahon. Maraming salamat and happy Sunday to everybody.
Thank you so much, Attorney Matoy Barinaga. Still from the panel, Board Member Ronilio Boyli.
Hindi ko mukuha lang ko, congratulate lang ko sa Zamboanga del Norte Press Club.
Yes, okay.
Nag-celebrate sa
Last week.
Last week. Nag-culminate gabi.
Yes.
So, atong pasalamat o congratulations ni Madam Rose Miranda, atong presidente,
Rosemary
mga opisyalis,
Miranda,
kang Mayor Evelyn Oy, mga itong guest kagabi, ilabi na ni Barangay Captain Julius Gahunira,
yes,
pagkalamia sa ilang lamig ang ilang function hall sa third floor. May gani, wala maabti pag-declare nga institutional ang PDAP, kay PDAP mo na. Worth 1 million. Tinood, pero lami ang ilang hall. So, pasalamat ni George Garonira dahil katong nabili na kong trophy. Congratulations po sa mga winners, no? Gabi sa atong mga sports activities. So,
you have to thank Polanco.
Yes, sa opening, Salvo, doon na tayo motorcade o host ang local government unit sa Polanco, pinagi ni Mayor Pinpinoy o ang Vice Mayor nato si Faith, Attorney Faith Pinados o sa ilang municipal administrator nga mo'y nag-abiba nato dito. So, Nick Nakila. So, I hope nga next celebration nato maghugbong na kita, pikas-pikas pa. Wala na itong mga animosities o mga bonaka. Importante, kaya ang media is the fourth state, importante nga magahatag-tag insakto nga impormasyon sa atong mga constituents.
Really, ha? Thank you so much, Board Member Boyli. Kani siya nga nagka-politiko, may na ka siya maingog constituents. With emphasis na, ha? Pero say, mo reklamo siya kay, na-bankrupt siya kay dagang karumuduol niya. Unsay gi-enter. Okay, so kidding aside, so mo na ato ang kapihan sa Dipolog. Wala na to makauban diri si Consial Ruben Ligorio doon sa bisita, si Julio Salaveria doon na siya klase, December 15 pa siya pohon, mobalik sa tong kapihan sa Dipolog. Si Paul James Ocolan dirito, pero doon na po importante pod nga gilakaw. Ingon ni Edgar na escape daw siya. Dayon, atong Christmas party, because Christmas is just around the corner, December 22 after sa kapihan sa Dipolog. That is a Sunday. So December 22, ato mga guests, ato pong imbitaron pohon kay without them, we are nothing. Magunsa man ang kapihan sa Dipolog, wala po guest nato, no? So thank you so much everybody. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you so much sa tanang mga listeners, sa atong mga sponsors, sa atong mga donors, sa atong mga guys, atong mga technician diri nga nagtabi. Taxi Lumba from DXDR and IFM, Silbert Tunduyano sa atong live streaming www.rmndipolog.weebly.com dito sa istasyon si Danny Luod sa ngalan ni Richard Villaronti gatabi islang do bantay barong duha na para ba akong microphone si Edgar o si Boily. So, okay, so kay balo ko nga apas ni sila kay namhinam sa away ni Pacquiao. Mga mahuman atong kapihan sa Dipolog. So, daghan kayong salamat. Hinaot unta nga ang Ginoo, magauban ka natong tanan. Have a happy Sunday with your family. God bless us all. Studio, take it away.